Hey, look who finally came back. We've got us a little bit of an oil tanker dropping off a little bit of oil from our first oil platform. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Captain of Industry. Yes, we sent that this little cute little thing. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Out to go get us some oil. That should have brought us back at least enough to fill up this tank, which is going to be fantastic. We'll be able to do a little bit of work with him very shortly once we do a couple of other little housekeeping deals. So I am working on starting the next phase of building, or at least moving, of things. So the thing we need to do is I want to start building Strip City this direction. So we're going to move most of these as the way we go down this line. I have the intention of building a 2-wide Strip City in here for right now. We don't have the space either direction to be able to do that right now, mainly because of how these lined up. These fields are going to be moving eventually, so we'll be able to kind of maybe just change a couple of things up out here. But I do want to be able to at least, move these out of the way. So my first goal for today is I wanted to try to get all of this stuff out of the way over here and then move at least these two, well, as we work through things. So the first thing I had to do was, well, move the waste collection facility out of the way. So we'll let them tear that down. And last time we got the new markets. So let's put down a couple of food markets, of which I think I can do that right there. Nice. I didn't realize that you could do that. That's cool. So those things can overlap like that. Neat. I don't know what you would do with that, but that's a kind of a thing. Anyhow, we're going to put 2 of those down, and I'm going to go ahead and set them to this one beat potato and potato. And as you can see already, there's a difference between the other ones in the fact that they technically don't hold double the production, double the material, unless you set stuff to hold X amount of things. Here, I want to tell this one to be vegetables and vegetables, because I want to have as much food storage as possible, and as much food storage as possible. I want you guys to not do a thing. Do not import, and do not import. I don't need trucks trying to be stupid while we're doing things. I want to be able to set those up so that they can at least eat that much stuff for now, and as we go down the line, we'll deal with things as needed. So these, they do actually use a considerable amount of people. That is a kind of a problem, so we are down a person. I think I have a little bit of room. No, I don't. I need to move. See, this is where it starts to get a little bit pokey at times, because we're going to do this. I don't need both of you guys right now. Why don't you pause that one? We don't need that right now. And we're going to unpause that and get a few people to come in once they build this. I might even build the third one. How much are those? Yeah, go ahead and do that, because we're going to be moving both of these very soon. Alrighty, cool. Let me buy a couple of people from the map if we can do that. Wait, nope, we don't want that. We want you. I want to adopt 10 of y'all. Thank you very much. Now we've got some excess people. Now, both of these belts need to get paused, because I don't want the stuff running in them. It's like I just delete them at that point. Go ahead and delete that all the way to there. And delete. Bing, bing. Cannot remove specified thing. No, I want to click right there and draw it around the corner. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted. And then you and you get destroyed. All right, so we're going to copy this large storage and place it down. I think I'm going to do that this time. Yeah, I'm going to put that right there. And U-shape conveyor. Thank you. And then I'm going to copy you. And we're going to put you... That's the worst part about these. They're kind of hard to get them to do what you want them to do, but I guess we'll do that, I suppose. Not happy with that, but that's fine. So then you all should be ready to go. I'm going to tell this one empty. And then we need to build some belts. So like this housing and this housing are both going to go away here very shortly. And I guess while that's that, I didn't turn that back on. Good. Okay. Let's build the first line of things that I need to do, which is going to be removing that. We'll do that then. There. Flip it. U-shaped conveyor. I do that more times than I care to count. And then you can connect to that. You can connect to right there. Thank you. Then we can unpause that one. Then I'm going to take a flat lift conveyor. What did we get? Electric boiler. All right, cool. I'm going to take a flat lift conveyor and do this with it. About right there. Boop, boop, boop. Then the flat lifts will come in there. Boop, boop, boop. And then get rotated. Get so rotated. And then we're going to go away, flat lift. That. And then... Oh, come on. Seriously? Seriously? Don't build that piece of conveyor then. We'll back it up one then. 1, 2, 3. And then can you make that corner and be not... Stop trying to touch things. Back to there. So you're not going to let me pull that over that, are you? Huh. I swear I've done that before. No, it absolutely will not let me pull that through there. Okay, well, fine. Dude. Go. Not really worried about it. I just need this functional so that we don't have to worry about losing all of our food anymore. But please go ahead and do the work. Are these empty? No, they're not. Please. I thought I told that one to empty. It didn't. Go ahead and empty that one into the other one, guys. And then we can go ahead and just delete that. Alright, so with that, they'll be able to move a bunch of this junk around, and as soon as these are empty, i.e. this is done, I suppose I could probably just tear that out right now. Can I just delete you and you can move those parts somewhere else, right? Before it fills this up. They should be able to move all of those. Okay. Alright, nice. How are you? Is this empty? It is. Okay, cool. Delete both of those. This is some of the fun that I've spoken with this deal here. If you want to move certain things, like if I want to move this, if I want to delete it, I have to remove, as they say right there, can't remove part of this settlement as has some kind of service building attached to it. So now that it's gone, I can do that. Then those people can get mad and move over here. I understand that's going to leave a kind of a goofy arm over here, but we'll move things as we go. Eventually, the farms will be located, again, way over here somewhere, and that food will be coming in from this end. So we're just going to kind of crawl. Sadly, I'm going to be crawling this settlement this direction for quite a while. I'm not going to be upgrading their housing. Is it housing? We've already upgraded or got the housing Mark 2s or number 2s. I should quit saying that. We can get more housing and we can upgrade the housing. At this point, I don't want to be upgrading housing because I need to figure out where the actual eventual city is going to be that we're building. So I think the other thing we're going to do is goodbye. I don't care. Make another one. But yeah, we're going to slowly leapfrog this stuff away from all of this surface area that's right here, because a lot of our early manufacturing, I love how I was saying early, a lot of our early manufacturing is going to be out here. So undo that, please. Cool. Now look at all that surface area we have right now that we can play with. Now I'm probably going to end up, well, the reason why I'm doing this here is because we have these farms built the direction where the outputs are over here. In order to make this output work, I'd have to wrap it back around and then dump it this direction, which may be what we end up doing. I may end up just running this direction and dumping it in the center. But for now, that got all of that moved successfully. We have a ton of food storage. We're looking at 53 months of food storage. That is amazing. And we didn't connect that belt. I was like, why is it not moving? Put a belt down. Go. No. Build it. Go. But we should be good to go now as far as those are concerned. And that's going to give us a little bit more people to play with. We now have 21 extra people, 21 extra souls. Turn that back on. Let's get some people coming in so that we can do things. Because we need to start talking about, with what's left of the half of this episode, I do apologize for talking about that, but it is what it is, and we need to do things. I actually also need to, while I'm thinking about it, upgrade that one and upgrade that one. And I want to redesign where our tree cutters are working at this point. Tree cutters, I need you guys to stop working on this. I think we're okay for right now. Stop. No, let go. Stop for right now. Stop for right now. You can cut this down right here, and I need you to seriously start working on this over here. So I need to move these this direction. Again, we're going to have to start seriously thinking about rebuilding our smelting facilities, because this is not how I want this to work currently, and we're going to start working on oil. So I think now that I have this up and functional, at least for the moment, we can just pipe in oil if we need to. So what I'm going to do for right now, I'm going to leave this sit just where it's at. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to mess with it. We're just going to leave it be. As we need it, now that we have this over here, I'm going to build a new production facility. Like, I think I'm probably going to even get rid of this. We're going to need water to be able to run the next system. But I think my next major processing idea is I want to get into steel, because in order to do anything fun in this next layer of stuff over here, like the cargo depots, all of this stuff, and for that matter, the construction too, we need steel now. So let's start working on doing a little bit of that, I think. Okay, I want to start working on digging this down. I know we did a little bit of modification last time. I want to move this to be edit area, rectangular. Like a so. And then I want to try to do a little bit of goofiness. I know we've got this kind of flat area. I didn't want to do that. I need this mining designation. We're going to remove that for right now. I want to start digging in, because there's not a whole lot of iron right there. So let's do this. I'm going to dig a 2 wide pathway about right there, 3 wide pathway right about there in. You guys go to work on that, please. Because there's not a whole lot of iron right there. There's only like 3 or 4 layers right there, and if anything else, we can certainly just start digging on that and getting down in underneath of all this, so that I can start backfilling the hole that we're going to be building, because we need to build a bunch of stuff. So, all right. Now, I decided, like I say, steel, we need to start looking at steel because of 2 reasons. Steel has an amazing ability to replace the entirety of the iron production system for, and here's the big thing, for more efficiency. So it's something that you need to be looking at as you're working through things. I'm going to go ahead and shut you down, because of things like the mechanical parts. So a mechanical part in here, there's a loss in resources as far as this goes. There's a loss in resources. It takes 15 iron to make 12 mechanical parts. Whereas if you look at the steel recipe for it, which can't be made in this because the steel is the thing that we need in order to be able to make the next step, but we can go in here and do this. Mechanical parts, right? If we look at mechanical parts, this can be made in an assembly 2 with iron or an assembly 3 with iron or steel. Now, the numbers that are important here are 15 to 12 or 12 to 24. Now you're right off the bat, you're going, wow, that's a doubling of your utilities, doubling of your resources right there. It's also, I believe, going to help later on down the line with things like, let me see, steel. If we click on steel, it will give us a bunch of other little deals. I believe in, yeah, as far as the construction parts here as well, I believe the construction parts take less. So let's look at construction parts. So, yeah, so it's 9 iron here, and I know that sounds like a lot, but I want you to look at the numbers again. It's 9 to 12 versus 12 to 24. Now, why is that so important, you say? Well, in here, there's a loss of iron. You lose iron in order to be able to make the things that you're looking at. If you're looking at what production of steel is, steel looks, and this is the thing that's bad, is steel looks bad because you need to make molten steel. Molten steel is produced, if I can get this to function, in a oxygen furnace, which takes 24 molten iron, adds some oxygen to it, and turns that into 12 steel. Well, 12 steel, molten steel, then turns into 12 steel plates or bars or whatever. The thing is when you look at that number and you go, wow, that's terrible, until you start looking for the recipes and understanding that at this point, if you use the molten steel or the steel recipes for everything, you're getting a 1-for-1, at least this early, for every ounce of iron ore you're getting. Whereas if we're doing the iron process for everything, we're actually losing on some of that stuff. So I do want to try to get very much into that very soon. I think the first thing we're going to do, we're going to see how much ugly that looks. And then we're going to go from there. I don't know how far down they're going to be able to get, but we're going to start digging straight down along that little iron ore. Iron ore is reasonably stable versus dirt. If we're getting to kind of play one of those little things now, finally. The various things that you're going to be digging into and digging down into will fall in and are less stable. Dirt is not very stable compared to iron ore, so I kind of want to, if I'm going to build a ramp in, I want to dig down in on iron ore for now and not into dirt. My ramp doesn't need to be nearly as big if I'm digging in on iron ore or other things. So I guess let's look at a steel production idea. So we'll go ahead and kick up the planning. I want to at least double up on what we're doing here. So like this kind of a system. However, it's nice because we don't have to do so much work. So I want you, and I think I'm going to hope we can get this to where it needs to go. Let's build this out of their way so that they're not mad at us. Is there a spot out here I can play around in? How good is this? Can we play right here? We can. All right. So I want at least 2 of these mills or 2 of these blast furnaces working. And I want to at least flip the outputs so that the system works. And I think I'm even going to give them a little bit of space in between. We're going to do those. Those will go. I don't think we have the fancy steel completely yet, do we? No, we only have the singular blast furnace at this point, so it's not a big deal. Those are both going to get dumped into an oxygen furnace, which is going to require, again, things. I'm going to continue to keep the exhaust into the center. Something about like that, I believe. And then flip that again. Okay, I understand that's going to cause a problem with the oxygen. It doesn't really matter. Because essentially, this is going to make 24. This is going to make 24. This is going to make 24 or 18. This is going to make 24 or 18. So you should just go ahead and share them across the, at least the decent-sized smokestack that we currently have now. And I think I can do something kind of like that. So we'll put a big smokestack in there, and we'll just go ahead and Doop to doop to doop. To there, 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 and there. Just that way they've got plenty of throughput. These larger smokestacks can handle up to 900 of any given thing. And as we can see here, like I said, this is going to make 48 lots. way more than a small smokestack can handle. So it's definitely worth trying to build the taller ones, or at least the bigger ones for now. All right, the next problem is because we have things that we need to deal with that is slag. Well, we'll deal with the slag in a second. Let me do the next step, which is going to be building the actual cooled casters down. These are going to require water, which is fine. And then I'm going to flip that and place it that way there so that we can plug that directly either into a pipeline or a unit storage, which might just do a unit storage at that point. So should be good there. So let's get our molten channels in. Boop, boop. Nope, there. And there. Now maybe moving these backwards just a little bit because I want to be able to get the slag out of that hole. So we're going to Control X on both of those. And probably... So we need 2 spaces to get up in the air. Do that. Cool. Sure. And it kind of leaves a length of a few things in here, but that's fine. That's why we do what we do. All right, molten channel, we're going to lift the garbage up once. Nope, not that. There. Cool. And then I want to feed and use it all from, say, this side over here. They're digging a nice hole over there. Looks pretty good. We're making construction 3 parts. What's going on here? Nothing good? Okay, cool. Sure. So we're going to feed it all from over here. And then they're going to clean out everything that they need from there as well. So I will drop in a loose containment, loose storage. About right. Say right there, and then we're going to do a space, and then 1, 2, and then I'm going to grab all of that, line it up so that it's kind of hidden behind everything. Drop it like this. Good. The reason why I'm doing this is because the next upgrade for these will have 3 inputs, and I don't want to have to mess with them much past what we're doing. So U-shaped conveyor... out 2, and then this direction. Uh-oh. Just put that down right there. We have a pause. Oil pump has no stuff to extract. Yay. I was waiting on that to happen so that we didn't have to worry about this. You guys get just blown out of there without destroying the thing. Please. And then I need to drag a pipeline. Waiting on that to happen. I get that over those and bring it down. I guess we can run it right there. Do we have an extra hole under that bridge? We do. Nice. Nice, quick little down and dirty pipe. Did I do max height on that? I did. Ah, nuts. That sucks. Okay. Well then go around it. Like we'll go like right there. Don't connect. Just start right there and then go under that thing. Over and around. About there. And then unhook that and connect it. And just build it. Yay, spaghetti pipe. Everybody likes spaghetti pipe. Good deal. So that will now deliver oil out of that pipeline at 60 per second, all the way the heck over to our old garbage system. And then we should be good okay for now. It's a long pipe, I understand, but it'll be fine. Nice. All right, cool. So we're back to making oil. Petroleum and petroleum-related products. Cool. Back over to designing this, and then we can get on done with this. We'll have them build this, and away we go. Now, again, like I said, I'm building this because I want it to be tileable. So we're going to build this whole thing similarly in a fashion. I mean, to be fair, I don't have to build that every time. No, that's fine. We're going to end up with a whole bunch of these over a period of time. So I want to do this, and then we're going to bring this in, same spot to there. Then you're going to hit a flat, loose lift. You go to there. Okay, and then one of you, the reason why I have 3 of these is because eventually these are going to require 3 products. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Our flag is going to come in probably about right there. Cool. Bring you right there. You can get flipped. Nice. Control X, go down. You're going to be set as a slag and keep empty, and then we'll worry about the setting after that. U-shape conveyor to here. U-shape conveyor to there. And then that will give us a line to play with over here, which means I don't need nearly as much of that belt as I thought I did. Good. Control X. And I'm going to try to keep you guys kind of in line about right there. Cool. Oh, I need 3, don't I, actually? Shoot. We do need 3. Right, I need 3. We're going to need 4 then. That's fine. Move that over until it is touching that one, and then we can add the excess on the side over here eventually. And you guys all need to get rotated. Cool. Okay, so in here, the coal is going to come in from this one right here. And it's going to be kept full. We'll sort that when the time comes. Again, U-shape lift. You're going to go over here. Okay, and I want to bring that over. There. Cool. So the coal will come in here. This will be the iron ore. And we'll keep that full. This will be the iron scrap because we're going to get a whole bunch of it eventually. And I want to build a belt balancer. I'm going to say right about there, probably. Belt balancer right about... I could stick it underneath that, huh? Yes, nice. Alright, cool. And then I need a U-shaped conveyor from here to... there. I'm concerned about when I expand this that it's going to get into some of this area. It's fine. We'll mix it up when we need to. You're not going to let me do that right there, are you? Okay, fine. Do it there. You connect to there. You connect to there. You go to there. And I want the input to be here. This is going to be, again, scrap. We want to make sure we use the scrap up before we use anything else. That, without any water or oxygen, is good to go. So our next favorite thingy, or next fun thing that we need to do is oxygen. which is made in an air separator. We will take and plug in an air separator. I'm going to flip it. I really, really need to quit hitting that button. Air separator, rotate. It should sit in kind of nice about like that. Good. Let's see if that pipe will be nice to us. Boop. And a boop. Good enough. And that is not going to leave, that's going to barely leave us enough room for the water. So if I do here to there, here to, nope, come out here, please. Just come out here for now. Then I should be able to connect that right there. Okay. It didn't connect where I told it to connect, did it? No, it didn't, because it doesn't listen. Do not delete that. I want to delete the pipe under it. This is the only problem with this is I want to get a little bit closer, and I can't. All right, so from here, connect to there. Thank you. I suppose I should start using the little pipe connection things. And I could have made that a little bit easier if I would move this out of the way, but that's okay. Good enough. That'll be fine. Now, theoretically, this thing can probably support like 4 sets of this, I think. I don't know exactly, but as we sit right now, I can grab all of this. Well, for the most of it. I need to do it about right there, and it's tileable. You just have to connect belts and continue things over. This will not necessarily be a finalized build, but it will be pretty stinking close. The next step I need, I know it's out of fuel. How is it out of fuel? It shouldn't be out of fuel. It should be making oil. What are you doing? You're out of coal. How? Oh, I accidentally deleted it. I'm sorry. Build immediately, please. I am sorry. I didn't realize I had screwed up. There you go. Back to work. All right, so the last thing we need to connect is some nitrogen, and then, of course, water for the output, and then get it connected to a unit storage, or however we want to do that. So one more little thing, which is going to be, I guess I could just deliver that into... I get it over there? I mean, there's a spot. You could hook it right there. There you go. That's actually not terribly contained. Okay, cool. Unit storage, I guess we'll just, we'll put that down when we get the rest of it going. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to plop steel down, build it, and get it into the system and start making use of it next time. It's going to suck because it's probably going to get right into this ramp that we've got going on right now, but I think we're going to start about right. I don't think we're going to be digging too much in there. We'll see. I'm going to put it right like that. Build it, fellas. Hey, cargo depot number 2, beautiful. That means we can actually do the thing that I was speaking of a while back ago, is to be able to expand that up if we want to. So that'll cost us 80 of those plus a bunch of goodness, but then we'll be able to place down 2 more of these right there, which is cool. Right now, I'm not going to be too terribly concerned about it, and we're going to have to wait on some yellow, which I don't know why we don't have any yellow. What happened? Oh, I need to turn you guys up a little bit, don't I? Anyhow, we're going to build and do the stuff. You know, I was just kind of thinking, now's the time to move this thing, isn't it? Because if we're going to be doing iron and all those goodness things right here, I need to be able to get to those. Yeah, now's the time to do this. Put you right there. Okay, so now that we've got that set up over here, once we get this done, we're almost there. We've got like one more of those little machine parts ready to go. We will have our air separator ready to go. That will make us oxygen and nitrogen. These are going to require, yeah, so I'm going to have to double that up every time, aren't I? So that will be then part of this every single time. So I may remake this a little bit and put this so that it's like in here somewhere, but that's what we're going to do with those for now. I am going to go ahead and hook up a brand new sorting plant to this. So I want you to be iron. Alrighty, let's try all of that. I know I love trying to plan things on camera. Sometimes it works real well, sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead, build that, fellas. Les, you're going to get delivered from here. Thank you. We've removed this one. And I want to set you to no more whatever. Yeah, well, it's fine. It'll drain that out, and it should start building those and deliver those over there. Okay, so I moved the slag bucket out of there over to here, and then I moved all of the outputs that will be coming out of this ore sorting facility over to here so that they can just haul it from this corner. That also provides us with a nice spot to be able to build a bus should we need to go somewhere else. And we just need to wait on all that stuff to get built. Go ahead and unpause. Hopefully we have enough stuff to build all that. Because I really, really want to start converting off of the iron over here, off of the iron into these productions, because it slows this down as well. All right, so we should be now getting, and I switched these two around so that they can reach this when the time comes. But we should now be making steel. Which we already have a little bit of steel anyway, but we should now be able to make it. So then this is going to need an output to not import. No, not import. Not in. No export. Export rule. I want to send you. I think we'll send you to this one, and then you get sent there as well, and you there as well, so that they'll just dump those right there as we get them. Oh, and I need that one sent to the slag bucket as well. Add there. And then this one is going to be, let's see, which one is which? I would wish the labels would stay on. That would be really nice. So the rock should be the last one, so that will be the first one here. You can also go here if needed. Why am I out of power? Because we're out of coal, why? Because we're out of coal. Interesting. You guys are digging coal, correct? Okay. Might need to put another truck on this. Come on, fellas, spin it up. Okay. Minor little inconvenience there. All because I turned on some steel. This is an import of 9, guys. You should be delivering that over here, period. Whatever, we're fine. It'll be okay. I probably need to go ahead and build another excavator and put another excavator in there. Go ahead and build one of those, please. Deliver it. I I understand that's a long way to go, and this is a temporary, as always, thing. Let me shift one of y'all, not you, you guys, over here, please. And as soon as that other one gets built, you can go to work over here. Can't wait for the next layer of things. So I suppose we can probably go down, 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 down. That'll help a little bit with the power. Yeah, we're having to truck a little bit further than I like, but that's okay. Whatever. I think once that's settled and we get another one of those over there, we'll be just fine. I'm going to go ahead and set this one to take, not you, but you. Grab another one of those excavators. I will probably make a fourth one for those guys. So we'll let them just deliver that. There we go. Now we're digging some coal. I suppose I need to set an alarm on you. Notify if less than 20%. Thank you. There we go. Now we're making stuff. Good deal. Okay, so we now have steel production up and running. We have a full unit storage. That's beautiful. Let's go. I want to go right immediately over to here and... Well, this is done. We're not doing this anymore. You're done. And for that matter, stop supplying anything to this. Please. And anything to that. Please. And this should have any and all things removed, so do not accept anything at all. And you're going to get deleted because we don't want you where you are anymore. Okay. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'm going to let this kind of settle back out. We've got a whole bunch of coal ready to go. Our power should come back on here fairly soon, or at least if it doesn't, we're going to have to build a little bit more stuff on that edge of it. I have plenty of those materials in there. The first thing we're going to do, well, I said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be moving away from using iron in everything. We're going to be going straight to steel. I'm going to go ahead and put another one of these excavators on here so that we have 4. And we'll go ahead and even add a couple of more trucks. I think we've got plenty. And yeah, we should stabilize out and be able to run. And hopefully I don't end up digging a hole deep enough that this will fall into it for now. But I think for now, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I have no idea what I'm going to do next time, but I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time in between episodes just kind of stabilizing a few things, tearing this out, and modifying a couple of these up. So I'll see you all later.